Welcome again to our show. I'm Harry Greenberger. I'm the host for this show, and as most of you know, I'm the president of the New Orleans Secular Humanist Association. And you've also heard me say, or you may know, that secular humanists are not counting on an afterlife when we die. We're not expecting to return in some other form to this earth. So our objective is to live a good, full, rewarding life while we are here. And as so long as in doing so we do not deprive other people of that same privilege. Well, there's no one I know in New Orleans who lives a fuller, more rewarding life than my guest today, who is Margarita Bergen. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about Margarita, and then we're going to hear a lot from her. Margarita is known in this community as the diva of culture, entertainment, and epicurean delights. She considers herself to be a real gumbo because her paternal grandfather was from Bergen, Norway, her grandmother from the Canary Islands, her father was born in Cuba, and her mother in the Dominican Republic. She was born in the Dominican Republic, went to college in New York City, where she obtained a diploma as a school administrator and supervisor and a master's degree in bilingual education from the City College of New Orleans. She was at one time the director-owner of Bergen Galleries on Royal Street until she sold it in the year 2000. Margarita is presently a historic properties specialist realtor. And she has received numerous honors and awards for her charitable and civic achievements, and is the hostess of the monthly roundtable luncheon at Bigay's restaurant of the Royal Sonesta Hotel. She is a social columnist for several publications and was among the top 50 characters in Windsor Court's 140 characters contest. Now, having told you all that, I'm just going to go to Margarita and say, tell us about the culture and the entertainment in New Orleans and your involvement in that.
First of all, thank you for having me here. I agree so highly with you when you say that, you have to live life to the fullest, whether we have another life or not. I believe very strongly. And one thing that I love about New Orleans is for somebody who has lived in New York and in Spain, Ibiza, Spain, is that New Orleans has so much to offer. I never forget one time, I think it was one of the director of PR for the tourism office, and she says, New Orleans, what we have is in 1 week is what some cities have in 1 month and sometimes a year. And I had taken upon me to share what is happening in this beautiful city. And if you look at my blog, which appears in NewOrleans.com and Buy Your Bus, you will find that there's a lot of things that we could do that are free, and that it's not unusual for me to go to 2 and 3 events at night. Everybody says that my energy or my battery is underneath my hat, but it is so much going on in this city, and we don't have anything to envy,
Margarita, over the years, I have always told people, I quoted what you said, that you consider any day on which you have only one social engagement to be a wasted day. What's the most events you had to handle?
I think it was 19.
In a single day?
19. I never forget it because I think I was with Bergen Gallery, so I could afford to hire a limousine, and and I will appear with an entourage of people, and I think it was something to do like art for art's sake. And of course, there will be plenty of champagne inside the limousine, and we will go hop from place to place. But
do you happen to like champagne?
You punch my veins, champagne comes out of my veins.
And
I love champagne.
I quote you to people regarding champagne. What are your favorite things?
Besides drinking champagne?
What I recall, you say champagne and chopping.
Jumping. Well, I cannot afford jumping anymore, but I do like jumping. It keeps me bubbly.
Okay.
You know, but anyway, what I wanted to say, but I did find out one thing that, you see, I'm the kind of person who is very happy to go to a party, stay for about 5 to 10 minutes, and move on. But then I found that some of the people who goes with me to this party, they like to stay.
Yes.
And that do create a problem. So sometimes it's better for me to go by myself. Like my brother, I think sometimes my brother, he says, we were in the museum 2 days ago celebrating the Bastille Day. And I said, I'm ready to go. He says, well, I'm into the music. I'm really having a great time. And I said, Lorenzo, but I want to go home. I'm tired now. So you see, I have that ability to be happy, to see people, to say hello. I love taking photographs, which I usually downloaded in my Facebook, Margarita Bergen at Facebook, and also put it in New Orleans Living Magazine, and as well as Bayou Boss, and the photographs going to wneworleans.com. But I tell you what, this city just has so much to offer, and I had taken upon me to share what we have to offer.
And when you say offer, you're talking about the cultural events, like the music and the art.
And the arts and all the things that fascinates me. Whether, I try to be diversified. I try to talk about, like, for example, I wish I had a clone, because that night or Bastille Day was also, they were having a celebration at Galatois. They were having a wonderful dinner. Yeah. I wanted to be there, but of course I couldn't be there, especially if I had to pay $150 to be there. What? Do
you think the city of New Orleans could handle 2 Margarita Bergens if you had a clone?
Oh, I think they would be very happy. I think I need more like 3 clones, believe me, because one of them I would like to stay home and rest. And there are times in which I know that there are parties for me to attend, but I know that my body needs to recharge my energy. Yes. But it feels good to know that I had an auction.
Of course. It's always nice to be wanted and invited. And,
thank you very much.
And I suspect that you get more invitations than you can handle.
It, right. Well, keep it going. Keep it going, darling.
Yes. Well, one of the things that Margarita is currently involved in, and I think originated, is the roundtable luncheon at the Royal Sonesta. Tell us what that's all about.
Well, my dear friend Patty Nichols, and she was a very good friend of the general manager, Hans remember Hans from the Royal Sonesta? And they were trying to figure out a way to bring people to the Royal Sonesta, especially to Big A's, which is a wonderful restaurant. And they thought of the idea she suggested the round table in the style of Dorothy Parker, who used to hold her daily round table at the Algonquin Hotel in New York City.
And those people who attended that round table were in the arts and the theater, and they were the people of culture.
Yes, that's right. And it was very successful, but of course we could not have it every day. But we decided once a month. And actually, we started in May 2005. So we had 2 or 1 more. Yeah.
And then
Katrina happened.
Struck, yes.
And but we resurrected it about 5 months later, and we thought that it was going to be every 6 months or every other month, but the demand, and it has become so popular that I just got a phone call before I got here from a friend who told me he's bringing 20 people, and that he would like to suggest that we move it from the Big A's restaurant to the Grand Ballroom to accommodate all these people who wants to come in. And I said, but remember, it's a round table. But anyway, we're expecting and really, really excited about the next one. And I will tell you about the other ones too, but this one coming up is going to be a salute to Tales of the Cocktails. And I invited Ann Tournament, which is the creator and the founder of Tales of the Cocktail, to be my co-host. And then I got in touch with my dear friend that I've been trying to get for years, which is Dale DeGraff, who is the foremost authority in cocktails, and he's the founder of the Museum of the American Cocktail here at the Riverwalk. and also is the one who wrote the book, The Essentials of Cocktails. And he has agreed, oh my God, this is a very, very busy man. He's not even staying for lunch, but I said,